being broke is the worst curse on this earth. We're in Jeddah airport and we booked this flight with Wizz Air. Flipping Wizz Air, bro. And we normally, I sound really entitled right now. I'm trying not to be, but we normally fly with better airlines like Saudi, Emirates, all those kind of things. But this trip we booked last minute. Me and my brother, first time like buying flights for our mum, my sister. Tried to be a bit conservative on flights. We ended up going with this. And we just spent like the past few hours trying to sort these extra charges they're doing with us. The travel agency messed up, they messed up our booking, so we had to pay these extra fees. It just slowed us down massively. And you don't get these like brokey problems when you just pay a bit more. Because when you pay a bit more, you get rid of all the hassle of all these things. It just reminds me so much of like these little events. These are the determinators that make you think, damn bro, I need to make it out. Damn, I don't want this to happen again. Because when you take accountability for these problems, rather than accepting it to be your reality, that's when you grow. That's when you start being like, nah bro, I'm not living this life. This is not going to be a life for me or the people around me. Not to have to go through this stupid discomfort, all because of a little bit of money. You can pay a little bit of money, which is worthless, and you can have seamless experiences in your life. That's all money is. Money is a means of transaction. Money is a means of... It made me shut that camera off. But that's another broken problem. If I was able to fly private, I would have been able to film this video without being interrupted. Right, they made me stop filming. They said that you can't do it in the airport or something. Yeah, and then when I go to try and check in, they wouldn't scan my passport. They said I had some issues, so they sent me to the office and I had to go sort things out there. And it's just all these little inconveniences, man. It's like, I'm not trying to be ungrateful, but I just know that there's a version of life where this doesn't happen, where I'm not constricted because I've paid for a cheaper flight. I don't get the cheap people's problems, you know? Like, in this life I know that a lot of it's pay for access. You get what you pay for. You pay for cheap things, you can have cheap problems, because the rich man buys time to save time, and the poor man will pay less money and give more time, because that's what he has more of. So I think these little inconveniences, it's difficult because we're supposed to use these things to fuel us whilst also being grateful, because I am super grateful I've been able to do this amazing experience. And that's the caveat of this, is we've just spent the most amazing time at Umrah, just spent all this time making dua, all this time strengthening our character and our soul, and it's been 1 hour since I've left Mecca, and just this chaos, like additional costs. I had to pay another £100 because the trip.com didn't process our online check-in, so we had to pay for it there. But £100 each, because me and my brother. It's not much money, but it's just like an inconvenience. It just leads to more stress. Like, just these little things. Like, it's my fault. It's all my fault for not being in the position I want to be in right now. If I had unlimited money to just throw at these things, I wouldn't have these problems, and I'd have different problems to deal with. But these problems annoy me because they're a problem of constraint. It's a financial constraint. It's like, if I just had more money, I wouldn't deal with this. Whereas other problems, they're different, you know? This is like a problem of, I'm not good enough yet. I haven't been good enough in my past. So these are problems you have to overcome. Like, 6 months ago, I was raking it in, and I didn't have any of these problems with flights. So everything comes full circle. Everything comes full circle. But I'm excited for the next few months. Another thing that really fueled me was when we were at the desk, the guy, when we argued with him, he was giving us our stuff back, and then he said something like, oh, next time this won't happen with Wizz. And my brother was like, we're never flying with Wizz again. And then he was like, you will fly with Wizz again if it's cheap. And I felt so insulted. I was like, no, we're not. We're never flying with Wizz again. So inshallah, hold me to that. These little events are what shape us. Like, I'm not going to fly broke again. That's the mind frame. And if it does, then you have to do it again, then it's like every time you should feel that itch of like, I just want to know how much better life can get. That's it. It's not in a disrespectful way, it's not in an ungrateful way, it's in a way that we just want the best for us and those people around us. We know there's a version of reality that other people who are no better than me and you are living right now, that we've just not tapped into because we've not fully reaped the fruits of our labour. There is a version of us who flies private, there's a version of us who flies first class, there's a version of us who does all of these big things and can control his temper better in these situations. If it was me a couple of years ago, I would have been swearing at this guy, I would have been like flipping my lid. I managed to control myself. I wanted to swear, like the words were like making their way out of my mouth, but I didn't. Alhamdulillah. So you got to look at the growth. You got to look at everything that you've grown. It's been an amazing couple of weeks. Back's really against the wall now. We need to really perform. I'm going to be smashing it with this content, putting as much value out for you guys as possible. I've onboarded a couple of you guys onto the new coaching software, which is sick. I could show that on one of the next videos, but I'm going to be working on building a sick program for you guys, like helping us actually become top 1%ers, helping us become the man the money flow to. Everything that I talk about on here, everything that I'm doing in my life will be implemented in the program. Everything that helped me build a 7-figure sales agency will be implemented in the program. Everything that helped me overcome all my vices and my addictions and help me get closer to this Islam and start developing my character as a person, and all of the blessings and all the fruits it's given me and is still keeping me sane to this day will be included in the program. And my aim with this is for us to all become top 1%ers, for us to all become strong as a Muslim nation again, for us to unite rather than fight each other. And for that we need money, we need influence, we need good character, we need the favour of Allah, and that's our mission in this life. That's our mission. So I'm gonna get on this flight now, about 15-hour travel. We fly back to London Gatwick, which I'm from Manchester, and then we've got to get a 5-hour train from Gatwick to Reading, then Reading to Manchester. So this is what I mean with a brokey travel. If you've made it this far, now you understand the depth of why I'm annoyed. Wizz Air, then 5-hour train. It's like could have just got a 4 or 5 hour flight direct, but because we decided to cheap out, this is the bed we laid in. Inshallah, never again. Inshallah, it's the beginning of something big. But yeah, love you boys. Thank you for watching. Drop me a message on Instagram if you're interested in learning more about the program, or you can hop on a call with me if you book it in the description, or if you just got any more questions you want to connect, then hit me up. Check my Instagram, see more of what I'm doing on a day-to-day, and check the rest of the videos out too, see if there's more value for you. Love you boys, see you on the next one.